A catastrophe of unprecedented proportions that unleashed an avalanche of toxic waste. This was the fallout of the collapse of the Mariana Dam. 60 million cubic meters of thick, contaminated mud that left a trail of destruction in its wake along more than 600 kilometers of the Doce River and surrounding areas before eventually reaching the Atlantic. 19 people were killed, villages destroyed, land and water choked by arsenic-laced sludge. 9.5 years later, in London, the victims of that disaster are still searching for justice. Giovanna Rodriguez, who lost her 7-year-old son, carries the burden of her loss.
For 9 years we have been waiting, but we have faith that all this waiting will bring about justice for us.
The case in London is being brought by 620,000 claimants and 46 local Brazilian governments, as well as 2,000 businesses who are suing BHP. The dam itself was owned by Samarco, a joint venture between the Brazilian firm Vale and Anglo-Australian BHP. But BHP has said that it did not own or operate the dam and had no knowledge of the dam's stability being compromised. Lawyers for the victims say the mining conglomerate is downplaying its obligations.
What we've said in this case is that polluter pays. It's something which under environmental law is uncontroversial normally around the world, where if an accident like this happens, then the company that operates it, whether they're doing it through some joint venture or subsidiary, they're still liable.
Last October, BHP co-signed a deal alongside mining giant Vale with the Brazilian government to pay nearly $30 billion in compensation. But the affected communities say this goes nowhere near the amount that's needed to repair the area after the country's worst environmental disaster. Those who rejected the deal also said not enough was going to where it was needed.
Most of this money was going to go to the federal and state governments, but it was the local councils that were directly affected. The problems are there. That's why we are seeking justice in England.
As the victims' loved ones await the outcome expected in a few months, their fight for justice continues back home among the remains of their lives before the disaster. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, London.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.